We're in the middle of the holiday season, and in the holiday season, people are doing charity. We are also asking for a kind of donation, but of a very different kind. For this donation, we need your help, and I have a guest who will explain me exactly what all this is about. Welcome, Jannick Kirk Sørensen.
Thank you. I'm sitting here in Denmark, in Copenhagen, associate professor at Aalborg University, and I'm leading a part of an EU project, and it's called FairMusE, and it's about fairness and music streaming. Almost everybody have the idea of streaming not being fair. It's not and fairness. It can be like the amount of men and women being played, or different music from different cultures or genres or whatever. But in what we're interested in mainly is the payment to the musicians. And there's for like years been hard criticism against streaming platforms that they are not fair in their payment, and or not to the smaller artists and like that. A lot of opinions, but we say, hey, let's actually examine that with real data, examine that, and that's where the donation come into the.
Why can't you ask directly Spotify, hey, please give us your data so that we can analyze it?
The streaming services they have not been very collaborative with former researchers. Then we say we need to ask actually the users, because everybody who has a streaming account with Apple Music or YouTube Music or Spotify, they can actually ask for the data. Say, hey, I would like to have a copy of all the data you have about me, all what I've been listening to, all my playlists. And the only thing we ask from you is to then donate this data to us anonymously. We don't look at who you are or where you are. We need to know your name. So if you want to not to participate in the project, you can say, please delete my data. But that's the only thing.
We are talking a lot about data transparency and protection, and now we see we can ask all the streaming platforms for our data. So why should we give our data to FairMusE?
This is actually the protection of not only the user, but also of the diversity and the fairness of the whole music business, that you can ask for your data with the help of GDPR, and then hand it over to us also under GDPR, and we will analyze it, and we can say something about the diversity and fairness.
So the project is funded by the European Union. In the end, you will analyze the data, and what will be a possible outcome of your research? Will it change anything in the streaming industry?
The EU Commission, they are very keen on it, because they had already made a resolution that says that something needs to be done about the fairness. And the whole project started because during Corona, luckily we have almost forgot it, but there was quite a many musicians that realized, actually, I don't earn any money, because all the gigs that I used to play, I mean, they are canceled. And what I get from the streaming platforms is like almost zero, unless you are very, very famous. And in the old days, I could sell some CDs, but nobody wants to buy CDs any longer. So that the EU thought that if we want to have a good living music industry with people wanting to make new music in Europe, we need to support it in one or the other way. And which of these ways it should be supported, that is what our project, this FairMusE project, has to say something about. As a coming up, we have to come up with some recommendations to the policy makers.
How does it work to donate my musical data to FairMusE?
Here you see our website. It's called portal.fairmuse.eu. And here we explain, first of all, why we want. This is what I just said. And we actually also have a nice, cool YouTube video if you want to have it told with music on. And here you see what to do. So basically, the idea is that you ask Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube Music, say, "Hey, I want my data," uh, and then they give you data. But since this is a little bit complicated process, then we guide actually people through it. So here we go to Spotify, the guide you can see here. Then we have do this step, step 8, log in and wait, ask for your Spotify data and click here and click there and wait a little bit, some days, and then you can download it and then you can finally upload it to our web page here. And actually, you can see you can have it in many different languages here. The same text here if you would like to have it in another language. But in order to upload, and actually in order to participate, you need to create a user login, your email. And we will not share this, and we don't share this data, and we actually delete it 1 year after the project has ended, so we don't use it for anything else than actually this research project, and we don't share it with anybody else.
There will be a possibility to get the first results of your research at the occasion of the Eurovision's International Conference on the 13th and 14th of May in Basel. That will be streamed on the Eurovisions.eu channels. Thank you very much, Jannick, for this very interesting information on the FairMusE project. So I ask you all, be so kind and donate your data to FairMusE, that the scientists all over Europe can find out about your use of streaming platforms and whether these platforms are really fair or not. Thank you so much.
Your data is safe.
Donate your data to FairMusE, and you have more or less 1 year left to give your data, but the earlier the better, because the streaming platforms are sometimes taking a little bit more time to give what they don't want to give to you. Okay, thank you so much, Jannick, and good luck to you and your research team.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.